Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Professor Dungeon Master's absolutely fantastic list of the top 20 TTRPGs of 2025. Today we're going to talk about number 15, and that is, I believe it is White Wolf. I didn't look that up. I'm almost positive White Wolf still makes Vampire the Masquerade. And then the game is Vampire Masquerade, and it was able to get on this list with 57 events. So let's talk about Vampire the Masquerade. I saw So first of all, my reaction to it being on the list is Vampire the Masquerade. That thing's still around, right? So actually, this game has a very storied history. Came out in the 90s and it exploded onto the scene, not really as a tabletop role playing game, but as a LARP. And I knew friends who were going to these LARPs, and they were, man, I decided not to. And the reason why is I've never really been into LARP. I think LARPs just have an almost. I think LARPs would be great if everybody in them were millionaires, right? Like, otherwise, it's just like bad costuming and definitely not my thing. But I saw a lot of people get into it. It was an explosive growth in the 1990s. It had absolutely explosive growth in the 1990s, and it was quite impressive. But then in the 2000s, it definitely started to dip, and by the 2010s hit, just a few people were playing it. So I'm actually, and then one other thing is that it went through an edition, right, a new edition, and boy, oh boy, we cannot, I cannot stress this enough. Um, the idea, the 2024 core rule books, right? Well, what do we call them? Well, Hasbro won. They're just 5e, right? Like, and the 2014 books are forgotten. No one, absolutely no one cares, right? What are the 2014 books? Oh, my bad scrub friend DM is still using those because he's either too lazy or too poor, right? Like, and if you're poor, that's a good, that, you have an excuse. But like, you know, it's the 2014 books are just, oh, that's the crap you find at the library. No serious dungeon master is running that, right? And that's the books that you gave to the library, right? To any decent, good dungeon master is running 2024 core rule books. Period. End of sentence, right? And it's just 5e, right? There's everybody was like, oh, it's going to be 5.5. No, that's not right. It's 6e. No, that's absolutely wrong. And it's such a big deal because it was able to get a new edition without printing a new edition, right? And that is a huge deal. And the reason why is, man, oh man, I remember when this new edition of Vampire the Masquerade came out. Cover was horrible. The color palette of the book was horrible. Every single thing about it looked worse, right? And so, there was no Tim Bradstreet doing pieces for it. It was just bad. And I really thought this thing just completely disappeared, but it did not. And that's the value of Professor Dungeon Master's incredible list. This book did not just disappear. It's here, it's real, it matters, right? And it had 57 events at Gen Con, right? That's 57 tables, right, being filled with 4 to 6 players each, right? Maybe a couple got canceled, but I think there was also, yeah, every game on here that people don't want to acknowledge how popular it is. They're like, oh well, I'm sure some of those events were scheduled but never ran. Come on, like, they had 57 events. It was real. Vampire the Masquerade is still around. I will say, okay, so then let's talk about my experience with Vampire the Masquerade. So I never LARPed, but I did play it, and I played it quite a bit. I played Vampire the Masquerade. I also played Werewolf the Forsaken. I played the Mage version. Did not like that. I played Changeling. And I think I bought I think I bought everything up through Mummy. And But I didn't even keep those books. I haven't played in years. But the one thing I will say is I really loved the tribes. Was absolutely very cool. Like the different vampire clans and the Guru tribes, and You know, like all these factions. That game used factions extremely well. And it also had some really phenomenal ideas. Like, I loved how they would list a vampire clan, and then they would give that vampire clan's opinion of every other vampire clan. It took a lot of space. It was really very unique, but it was very cool. There was a lot of really awesome aspects of this of Vampire the Masquerade that were just really powerful. It's also good to think about Mark Reinhagen again. Is he still alive? Good question. Um, he must be, because I think I would have heard it when he died. I'm hoping. But it was very, this is a really fantastic game. I was really excited to see that it was, it's still doing its thing. And I'm glad that there are people who are still interested in it. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.